All right, thank you for staying with the Monday Report. You're just in time for the discussion on the town, or like we mentioned, we're talking about mining. Is it the next economic frontier for the country? We know now that experts say it's contributing about 1% to the GDP. It has potential of contributing between 4 to 10% if the natural resources are properly exploited. But there has to be a thin line between exploiting natural resources and conserving the environment, and at the same time benefiting the people within the community. And that's the conversation we're going to have this evening. Honorable John Munyes is with us here, CS Minister of Petroleum and Mining. Simon Wall, General Manager, External Affairs, Based Titanium, is also with us, and Mshenga Ruga, the Chairperson, Sambweni Community Development Agreement Committee. We'd like to hear your views as well. At Trevor Mbija, Citizen TV Kenya, hashtag Monday Report. Let's start that conversation right now. Simon, and I'll start with you. Most people are wondering, what does Base Titanium mine, really?
Thanks, Trevor. Look, Base Titanium mines 3 different minerals from the Kwale mine. The first one is ilmenite. The second one is rutile. Those two are both titanium oxide products. They have different amounts of titanium oxide in them to differentiate them. And the third product is zircon. Zircon is not a titanium oxide at all, but it's just a mineral that occurs concurrently with the other two.
You've been in this industry for more than 10 years now. What would you say is your biggest impact, especially to the society around the place?
Sure. Look, when Base took this project over in 2010, the project was effectively dormant. It had fallen over, the development of it had stopped. So one of the key sort of successes we've had is to build a project almost from scratch as the first large-scale mining project in Kenya, and really bringing Kenya into the league of a mineral exporter. And that's something we're very proud of. In particular, the way we've managed to do that safely, with a safety record that's the envy of the world, really, has been a real testament both to the efforts of the company to ensure our people are safe, but also the ability of people completely new to the mining sector coming in and taking on that culture of safety.
CS, Base Titanium is just one of the industries that is delving into the mining. Your own government did an estimation in 2016 and said we are only contributing about 1% to the GDP, but has potential of contributing between 4 to 10%. What are you doing to ensure that mining industry contributes more to the GDP, and what is the current state? Are we still at 1% or are we contributing more?
Trevor, I must say 1% is an understatement. If you look at the mining sector in this country, Kenya has a lot of potential. We have so much potential, enormous potential in this country. Up to 2013, there was little potential. When the Jubilee government came in, we created the Ministry of Mining and started changing the mining code. Of course, you know, the Cap 308 was the old law that, managed the mining sector. In 2016, we started serious mining with the new Mining Act, 2016. When you look at the percentage that we contribute to the GDP, and I say it's an understatement, you must go back to the classification of minerals. We're talking of precious stones, but there's so much that mining is contributing. The cement is not part of the 1%. Agriculture, which is also a mineral. I mean, we mine limestone, has been factored in agriculture. The quarries, the construction of the Lamu port, all the quarries there that build the Lamu port, that has not been factored. So you look at 1%, I should be talking of 5 to 10% of a contribution as mining to the GDP.
But even then, what are we doing as a country to attract more investors, like Base Titanium, for example, such large-scale investments? What are we doing to ensure that we can attract more?
One problem that has affected this country is geology. The geodata in this country is an older one. We've now gone ahead to conduct a nationwide airborne geophysical survey to understand the geology of this country, to get data that can be actually marketed for this country. We need to show the world that this is what is available in Kenya. I'm talking in 2 months, we will have the report ready after conducting a nationwide geophysical survey. That's one thing the Kenya government did. Of course, the Mining Act, we're operationalizing the Mining Act. With the new law that is now in place, the cadastre and an online portal is in place now. The institutions are running. The infrastructure this government is putting in place.
Yeah.
Take, for instance, the LAPSET. You go to a place like Isiolo and Asha's Post.
Yeah.
Without a proper road, or in future a railway, how do you take your manganese to the port of Lamu?
Yeah.
Government has put the infrastructure in place to enable us now deliver the minerals for export.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that is happening. Of course, with the marketing of our country, we're marketing our country.
Yeah.
We go to international, conferences. The last one I attended was in Australia, Western Australia, Perth.
Yeah. Where
Kenya was rated as one of the growing economies as far as mining concerned.
Yeah.
And base titanium was rated one of the best companies. Courtesy of Kenya. I mean, operating, of course, in the coast of Kenya.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that has happened.
Okay.
Because of the mining code that is now in place.
Yeah.
The environment that we've created for the investors to invest. Kenya is an hub. It's easier to come to this country. The language is good. You can export, your minerals.
Yeah. How much are we estimating this to be potentially? How much in terms of dollars or even shillings? The mining sector.
The mining sector. Take, for instance, a good example is what we discussed today with the base.
Yeah.
20 billion annually for one company. And that is 65% of what we've been actually, is what that goes out as export.
Yeah.
Base titanium alone exports 65% of the minerals in this country.
Yeah.
Much of our minerals, as I said, it comes to classification. We're talking of gypsum, limestone. These are minerals that actually support our country, support the development in this country. We've raised cement factories from 3 to 7 in the last 5 years, and there are more. I've licensed so many, but they're yet to start operation.
Okay. Mshenga, you're the chairperson Msambweni Community Development Agreement. Hii agreement ina maana gani haswa kwa wana vijiji wenyewe? Mbona mlitia sahihi ile, itawasaidia na nini?
Correct. Before we go to what will help us, we should also know that these things came from the Mining Act of 2016, which talked about the CDSEs. Normally, the companies were doing the projects for the community on their own will, on their own discretion, without involving fully the community. Now came the 2016 Mining Act. This is where the CDSE was born. In that CDSE, the CDSE is a community committee, which will act on behalf of the community which the mining is taking place. So this committee will enter into agreement with the company with the specific from the act that annually they will provide their total revenue, they will provide 1% of their total revenue. So this committee will act and enter into agreement with the company on behalf of the community for them to do the project. So the 1%, the committee will take care of the 1% to do the project. However, the law has not left out the corporate social responsibility for the company. So it's a plus because they will do the social corporate responsibility. At the same time, there's a specific amount, the 1%, for the community now to benefit from the benefits accrued from the mineral activities.
So how do you decide what to invest in? When you get the 1%, how do you decide?
The CDS is being guided by the Act. We have a regulation which says you cannot pick up a project, just wake up as a chairman and say we are going to put up a school. No, you have to do the public participation. We went round as per our jurisdiction in Msambweni sub-county. That is the Msambweni CDSC, it's the jurisdiction. We went round collecting views with the project, then we did the prioritization, then we came up with priorities and what is to be done next. That is why we have entered into agreement today with the company, So
this is a collective decision.
It's a collective decision. In fact, we did more than 120 meetings. We went to to a village level. In every village, what they need, what they expect, what we have, and what we can do.
Okay.
Yes.
Simon, in terms of local capacity, do you think mining is the next economic frontier for Kenya, and why?
I reckon it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
The CS has spoken about the sort of contribution base as one project makes to the Kenyan economy. If you multiply that out a number of times, you can really see the benefit. For me, the real advantage, it's a double-edged sword, the real advantage Kenya has is because it's rather undeveloped when it comes to large-scale mining.
Yeah.
And so that means there's an upside on the opportunity if people are willing to come and do the investment. And secondly, unlike other parts of the world, Kenya's economy hasn't developed on the back of minerals and natural resources. It's a very diversified economy. It's got a great service sector, construction sector, education. The staff and the people you can employ are just absolutely fantastic. They're world class.
Yeah.
And that means you don't just get your baseline royalty and corporate tax and your CSR or CDA. You're actually getting the local content spend, both through employment, goods and services, and the rest. So a real huge opportunity.
Yeah, but there's a flip side to that, because most people associate mining with environmental degradation. What have you done to toe that thin line?
Yeah, look, it's exactly true. You can't mine without impacting the environment. The minerals are being withdrawn from the environment. But Kenya has a great Environmental Management Act. In fact, BASE's Environmental Impact Assessment Licence was the first one issued under EMCO all those years ago. From BASE specifically, we're fortunate that through our mining process and mineral processing, we don't put any additives in. We don't use any chemicals or poisons or anything like that. We're using physical properties. We're using gravity, electromagnetic and electrostatic. So we're able to control the environment. But Trevor, it's important to realise that when you're impacting the environment, there's always an opportunity to have a positive impact at the back of it. And so BASE invests a lot in conservation and rehabilitation. We've got one of the largest indigenous tree nurseries in all of East Africa that's privately run. Yeah. We've propagated over 140,000 trees. We've planted 100,000 trees as part of our rehabilitation and restoration program. Yeah. Some of those are highly endangered species. So you can really have a positive impact when you do the right things. You meet the regulations. The regulators are tough on you when it comes to your reporting and monitoring and the like.
Yeah. When we talk about local capacity and impact, what is the role of women specifically in mining? And I notice here it's a manel, but what is the role of women in mining? Yeah,
look, Trevor, it's a good question. Obviously, when it comes to large-scale mining, it's a traditionally male-dominated sector, not just here in Kenya, but around the world. Certainly, my understanding is that Kenya's smaller scale and artisanal mining is very much dominated by women, and they play a huge role in the mining sector. Look, BASE works very closely with a number of different institutions, AWIC in particular. We work very closely, all the women, which is about close to 20% of our workforce at BASE, are members of AWIC as an institutional organisation that helps to promote women in mining. We work a lot with the women up in Taita Taveta who do the small-scale mining. Yeah. And when we're looking at our intake, so our graduate programs, our internships, we really push to have a gender balance at that level as well.
All right. CS, what has been the biggest challenge in marketing Kenya as a mining destination? What are the challenges and opportunities that you see going forward?
In the area of challenges, I think we're still back in those old days when Kenya did not have the kind of data we're now trying to get. Yeah. It's geology. Without adequate data, how do you sell a country? Mm-hmm. That's why this government undertook the exercise of a greater survey, an airborne survey, which I know when it's out, we have to undertake ground truthing to enable us to get the data we require so that we market the data. So you go to some places and somebody tells you, do you have coltan? Do you have titanium? Do you have, you must have that information. So the Jubilee administration decided that is the route to go. Let's get data. is geology.
Yeah.
And then we need to market this. We need to market our country. That has been the challenge from what I've said.
Yeah.
Out there, I mean, investors want to come in and get, tax exemptions.
Yeah.
It's easy to talk, but you see, sometimes you need brave ones like Bays.
Yeah.
They came and did something. So it's a task. You continue talking, talking and talking. Mining is a very exciting, field, and it's not as easy. But the moment you get in, it is fruitful. This country must get out of the idea of agriculture and tourism alone.
Yeah. We
must invest sufficient budgetary allocation to market our country.
Okay.
And out there, people want to, want to come to Kenya.
Yeah.
To discover what the potential we're talking about. Recently, there's a lot of talk on coltan and electric minerals. Yes, but you see, we need to prove that.
Yeah.
And I want to assure Kenyans and the world that soon, when the results are out, Kenya is going to market itself in a bigger way.
It is this potential that I'm talking about, CS, because in Mrima Hills, which is not too far from where we are, there was a discovery of rare earth minerals, which they said has potential about $64.5 billion US. What is the status of that? Have we explored that option? Are we looking at it? What is it?
Trevor, I talk of geology.
Yeah.
We're still acquiring this data. There will be 10 Mrimas in this country. As long as we want to actually to take away the foreign debt, to get foreign direct investments in this country, we must get into agriculture, into mining. You go to West Africa, you go to all these countries, South Africa, they rely on minerals and mining. The biggest thing is mining now. I was talking to governors the other day. Why can't a county, every county, run away with a mineral? Turkana has a gypsum, West Pokot has limestone, Kilifi has manganese. We have the rare earth minerals in Kwale. Every governor can concentrate, focus on one mineral. As we talk, we have all this big dream of Mrima. But one expert told me there will be 10 Mrimas. We're yet to get that data, and in the next few months, the country will know that we have that information.
All right. Mshenga, how do you decide who is in this Community Development Agreement Committee?
It is not the committee to decide who will be there. As I've told you, Trevor, this thing came from the parliament. We are going as per the guidelines from the Act, the Mining Act, which developed the CDSCs, and there is regulations which says that the composition of the membership of the CDSC should be so and so, so and so, so and so. So the Act made sure that every part of that community is being included in that committee. So after that, when we get the names, maybe there's a governor's representative, there's the county commissioner's representative, the minority, the disabled. Maybe we talk of the disabled. They go and do the election, and the presiding officer normally is the geologist of that particular area. Then it comes up the name after the election. The minority, like myself, I am from the minority, the indigenous minority tribe, which is the Shirazi. We are only 2.05% in Kenya, as per the recent populations. So I do represent the minorities. I went to the elections, they elected me, then the name was floated for gazettement.
I'm asking you this question because there's a question from Zuleka Hassan, who's a Kwale women representative. She sent this video earlier on. I believe we should play this so that we get a response from them. There's a video from Zuleka Hassan, who's a Kwale women representative. Let's listen to what she had to say.
My name's Zuleka Juma Hassan. I'm a member of parliament representing Kwale County. In regards to the issue of the funds meant for the community, we have gone to court for redress on the following. 1, why have the mining regulations drafted by the Cabinet Secretary, include national and county officials in the CDA committee when the Mining Act has allocated a separate share for them. 2. Why the constituted CDA committee includes the Governor Salim Vuria, his wife, and his very close political ally, Mr. Mshenga Ruga, amongst many who are not from the affected communities as defined in the Mining Act of 2016. 3. Does the Cabinet Secretary believe that he can be an impartial arbiter between the mineral company and the landowners as espoused in Article 153 and 154 of the Mining Act?
There are 3 questions there. She says you are a political ally to Governor Salim Vuria and you're not from the affected community. Is that true?
It's not true, Trevor.
Yeah.
The Act says there will be a representative of the minorities or marginalized people in that committee.
Yeah.
So as per the law, I do belong to the Shirazi community.
Okay.
I have all what it takes to be there.
Okay.
Besides, I was elected by the same community. Secondly, it's not a crime to be an ally to the governor. Yes, all of us in Kwale County were allies to the governor by the virtue of being citizens from Kwale, and he is our leader. So respecting my governor doesn't mean that now we can give any post to everybody. Okay. No. Besides, a governor has his representative. If I was an ally to the governor, I could have been appointed by him through his position, since he has a representation in that committee. Okay. It's a pity, Trevor, for a leader like Madam Zuleha. She's our leader. This act went through the parliament. And I do remember, and my conscience is very clear, Bwana Trevor. Yeah. Madam Zuleha was appointed or nominated to the parliament representing the youth through the ODM party since 2013. This act came into place in 2016. She had all what it takes to dispute what has been written there as per the membership of the CDSC. She didn't do that. And the act always, these are the lawmakers. Zula is one of the lawmakers. Why don't she dispute the act in that parliament? Okay. Instead, she's coming out to the people. Okay. I really pity the people of Kwale having such a leader. I'm sorry to say this, Bwana Trevor. Besides, in 2017, before the CDSCs came into place, also as a member of parliament, you can also make an amendment to any act, especially this one for the Mining Act. It doesn't need a referendum. Okay. Now, why is she complaining? Here we are starting to get the 1%. Okay. We were not getting it. We have just started. Okay. As a leader, 1% of the total revenue of the base, as per now what we have signed, it's roughly 220 million, which will be pumped into Kwale. Okay. She's a leader from Kwale. Okay. People will get bursaries and the water view. All right. Instead of celebrating, she's disputing this one. Okay. I really pity that one. Fair response. I had to give you a chance to respond. But she also asked CS whether you'd be a fair and impartial arbiter between the landowners and the mining companies.
What is wrong with the minister doing that? I mean, the High Court has referred so many arbitration cases to me. As far as licensing is concerned, I'm at the tail end of the process. From the cadastre, from the paperwork, the Mineral Rights Board sits, and I just sign it. It is just signing that the due process has been followed. Yeah. And when there's a problem, it goes to the High Court. And the High Court will refer them back to me for arbitration. Yeah. This is the first time I've seen somebody challenge a process we've used in this country for a long time. And I was here today, I expected to see the Member of Parliament so that we exchange this kind of ideas. Yeah. Everybody came except her. I wonder what way she wants to take her people. Okay. 220 million shillings being pumped here. Yeah. And the public is so happy about it. And then you find one troubleshooter. Yeah. We can't do this in the mining sector. Okay. It's give and take. This is a process that is going on. Okay. It's smooth.
All right.
We've dialogued with the investor.
Yeah.
We've taken a process of ensuring everybody's happy. Government has moderated it.
Yeah.
Now the money is about to come. Then you want to pull back the public. What do we need to do in this kind of case?
All right.
The matter will go to the High Court and will come back to me.
Okay.
Arbitrations are done by the minister.
All right.
Yeah.
That's understood.
Yeah,
Simon, I'll keep you. Don't worry, I won't drag you to the political field of this conversation. So I just want to know from you, what is the future for Base Titanium? What are you planning going forward in terms of growth and also for the company and for the people around as well?
Sure. So for the company, we're actually approaching the back end of our known mine life. So the ore body is being depleted. We have identified an additional 14-month extension to that and are in the final stages with the government in getting agreement or approval on our tenure, our right to mine that area.
Yeah.
The community in that area is fully on board. It's very supportive. So that's an additional 14 months, and that takes us to the back end of 2023. Then around the mine site and further afield in Kwale, we are looking for new deposits of the same minerals.
Yeah.
So we can extend our time here in Kenya. And we've also got a number of applications for new prospecting licenses in other parts of the coast of Kenya to the north as well.
Yeah.
And we hope that they will go through the process of being issued in the near future.
Yeah.
So that's Base's future. Base's future is about ensuring we stay here in Kwale and Kenya as a development partner for as long as there's minerals to be mined.
Yeah, there's been a narrative around that is being spread that it's very hard to set up shop in Kenya, that it is not as attractive as other countries. What was your experience like? Let's hear it from you. Like they say, ask the horse. So let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
Look, we as Base Titanium have immensely benefited from the strong support of both levels of government. I mean, particularly the national government as the regulator and manager of minerals. The support we've had has obviously cleared a path and made life for us. It's been a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
The CS mentioned how much we enjoyed the opportunity to help market Kenya in Perth a couple of years ago, pre-COVID, and post-COVID we look forward to doing that more.
Yeah.
So it's been an immensely positive experience. I mean, you really can't. I think you know what it comes down to. You can't separate the place from the people.
Yeah.
We know Kenya is the most beautiful country in the world, but it's also the people that make that as well. And all the colleagues that I work with, the stakeholders we engage with, our government counterparts have made that experience great.
Mshenga, from the community perspective, how have you been relating with the mining farms, and what more would you like to see? What could be made better in terms of the relationship between the community and the mining companies?
Correct. If I go backward, honestly, there have not been smooth relationship, and this has been brought because of the company maybe wants to extend the license, and the community feels that previously there were some families which were displaced. The first families of Maumba and Nguluku, they were displaced, but they were displaced under the old constitution.
Yeah.
The package was not pleasing. So now the remaining community, if the company wants to extend their mining activities, so this feels that we are going to face the same wrath the way the other communities faced.
Yeah.
But this is not the case. At the moment, we have a new Mining Act, which gives power to the owner of that particular land. But now with the coming of the CDSCs, we hope now that gap of the relationship between the company and the community, we are going to narrow it.
Okay.
That is why we are encouraging this, the coming of the CDSC, the 1%. We are encouraging the company to add, not to stick to that 1%.
Yeah.
The law says at least.
Yeah.
So we're encouraging the company at least to add, to move from the at least and to go forward.
Okay.
For us and for them also to get a soft landing to the communities in the time they need the extension of their licenses.
Yeah.
So they can get the social certificate from the communities.
Okay.
Yes.
CS, is that a possibility? And I'd like to hear what Simon also thinks about it.
Yeah, we are open to those proposals.
Yeah.
As I said this morning, we'll be discussing them. The law is very clear, at least 1%.
Yeah.
But again, I've also challenged the investors, and I always do that, that it's not enough to give them a license. You need a social license.
Yeah.
You need to work closely with the communities. What you need most is a social license.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, in terms of expansion,
yeah.
in terms of working with those communities in a very smooth environment, you need to actually create that relationship.
Yeah.
And that's what, I think BASE has done over years.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take a quick break. When I come back, I'll talk to you, Simon, about the social license, like the CS calls it. That's an interesting term that I've just had now. The hashtag is Monday Report. I see some of your questions coming through on Twitter at Trevor Mbija at Citizen TV Kenya. We'll pose some of them to my panelists in just a bit. We're talking about mining, whether it's the next economic frontier for Kenya. There's a lot of potential we are yet to exploit, but we also have to ensure that the environment is taken care of and the people also feel included, what the CS is calling the social license. Back in just a bit.